What's the
believe.
future got in store then, Scrub? What's the plan? Because obviously you've
What?
had quite a quote unquote meteoric rise, haven't you? This past like
Yeah.
month or so. I think you first came to my attention when you were doing like the baked Alaska stuff. That was quite funny.
I mean, I'm just
That
gonna
was you,
keep doing
wasn't
what
it?
I'm doing. Oh well, it was, yeah. Or I didn't. I wasn't the one you're talking about specifically when we got invited into Baked Alaska's hangout, or like after that with Internet Scrub Sports, or both.
Yeah, yeah, the Hangout one. You got invited into it. Have
Oh
you been keeping
yeah,
up
that
with
was.
the recent happenings where the was Ice Poseidon involved in this? I mean, I only watched a bit of it where you know he's streaming like straight-jacketed prostitutes.
Yeah, he's involved. He had Baked Alaska, and they went to they. Yeah, fucking insane. They decided. I don't know why he thought this was a good idea, but he decided to bring Sweet Aaron and Baked Alaska on to go to a Trump rally.
Well, I mean, we've got to look at like Baked Alaska's always been like a bit of a joke. I mean,
Yes.
even when he was getting like maced or pepper sprayed by Antifa in Charlottesville, even then he was seen as a joke. Do you know that Cantwell, he was involved in all of these Charlottesville like violent protesting and acts and stuff like that. But he asked Baked Alaska to go and like be a witness for him because obviously he was streaming the stuff and he would have been an excellent like character witness to stop whatever imprisonment was facing him. And he just didn't want to get involved. Like, I mean, that's the type of person who Baked Alaska is. So I think people like
Yeah.
spurging out that he's turning their backs on them. Who's put stock in Baked Alaska's opinion to feel betrayed enough when he starts streaming whores and prostitutes and autists? I mean, it's just to be
Yeah.
expected. I fully expect
Well,
him to be
yeah.
homeless within the month. When the money dries up,
I'm waiting for him to
whatever
go to
money he's got.
Alaska at any point.
Is he from Alaska? Is that
Yeah.
the meme?
Yeah, that's the joke. Yeah, Baked
Jeez,
Alaska. He's actually from Alaska.
it's pathetic, isn't it? It's just awful. And
Well,
there's
the
a big
name's
thing
also.
about him being Jewish, isn't there? I mean, everyone's looking at his nose and stuff. People are trying to make his 23andMe appear. Do you think he's
Yeah,
Jewish, bro?
absolutely. From physical features alone, maybe. I give it 50-50. I can't be too sure about these things anymore.
What happened to Erin? Where did she go?
She went with Poseidon. Like, they were hanging out with Ice Poseidon now.
Well,
I
what
mean, she said
they're
she was
dating?
getting off, but oh
Oh, she's getting
man.
off the internet.
Well, she said she was, and then she came back and did her own streams, and now she's just hanging out with Ice Poseidon and Bitch right now.
I don't know. She completely like tanked whatever momentum he had. Because I think just before
Absolutely.
he had her on, didn't he have like Fuentes and Allsop on? That was a good stream, I think. That was him, wasn't it?
Oh no, that was Ralph Retort.
Oh, all right. Well, let me on
That
then.
was Ralph Retort.
He definitely had. I remember him definitely booking a good show once upon a time. But maybe that was before he was the experience. He was just normal
Yeah,
baked Alaska.
yeah, he did Jared Taylor versus Tariq Nasheed.
Oh, right. Was that him?
Yeah, that was Baked Alaska. See how things have changed over
Fucking
the
hell.
like a small amount of time. I know.
But the thing is, like,
But
he used to be like the booker for Milo. Like, he used to be Milo's agent, didn't he? Manager. Like, I don't understand how anyone would like trust him, especially on the alt right, would trust him to like host a sort of neutral platform. Very, very, very unusual. I don't understand it really.
neither do
But obviously
I.
he's pissed someone off.
Multiple people at this point.
Have you been keeping up with Change the Channel? Because no one in my circles has, but I'm the only one interested in it. I've been keeping up
No,
with that guy with the glasses.
not really. I just knew that Guru was the last one on the website, and that was it. That's all I heard of it.
Oh, so you've not heard about like Jew Wario?
Oh yeah, okay, yes, I've heard the accusations that he was, groping fans and stuff.
Grooming them as well.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like for me, there's a whole air of complicity about. Like I don't. Like, I read all of the stuff that's been released, the 69-page document, and I honestly do think that these people knew about this stuff and were well aware and were more than happy even to like stay quiet
yeah,
so they could be on the site. And it's only in recent times that the site's completely lost with the death of like Blip that they're now coming out of the woodwork. I think there's a lot of disingenuousness with the disingenuity with these people, and I think they're all complicit in whatever shady shit's been going on.
They've always kept quiet out. It's like nothing personal, just business sort of deals with them. They just went in there for the money. It seems like at this point, they're not willing to convince others about what's going on about the situation, being quiet about it.
But I mean, there were people like Ace Salieri, Blackface Kermit. You know, these sorts of people were like talking about that guy with the glasses for years, a decade or more. You know, saying that all of this shady shit's been going on, and they were just ignored. They were laughed at. You know, they were banned from the forums. They were just not taken with any ounce of seriousness by people who knew what was going on. You know, so I'm not sure if everyone knew about Jew Wario, but I think there was a level of complicity there that is just being overlooked because they're trying to cash in on the Me Too movement nonsense.
Yeah. Wonder if there's even more behind the veil here. This is just a rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm letting the autists on the internet deal with it right now. I guess I.
Well, I mean, there's got to be some more stuff around Spoonie. I'm surprised nothing else around Spoonie's come out. I mean, there has to be something else. You know, they wouldn't get rid of him for just writing a few. What did he wrote a few rapey tweets, didn't he? To was it Iron Liz or Mars Girl? I can't remember. But you know what I mean. There's got to be something more to that. I'm surprised nothing more's come out around Spoonie.
Yeah. I think they're keeping it hush hush for now, but I can't be sure about this. Waiting for one of the Walker brothers to fucking break down and just spill everything.
Well, has Walker left the site? Has Doug left the site?
Yeah, officially, yes. I do believe he has. He couldn't.
Well, that's the line they've been taking, isn't it? They've been taking the line that we weren't involved. You know, Nostalgia Critic wasn't even his IP. You know, he was simply just making content for the site. It was all in the hands of Mashard. And then you realize that his brother, Rob Walker, was like a CEO. I'm very ill-convinced that Doug Walker had, little say on what was going on. I just think, I really do think it was a bit of a racket. You know, they harvested the ad revenue, they harvested the money, any donations that were coming in, and they just decided to cut their losses in the end. And I suppose, I mean, are they millionaires from this? They are, aren't they?
I would assume so, with the amount of money they've made off their stuff and how long they've been doing it for. I want to assume so. At least they're up there. I mean, if not millionaire, like six figures at least.
Yeah. I mean, so I think in terms of the internet, and if you wanted to do this, if you wanted a sort of career on the internet, they've had it for as long as you can possibly have it. I think 10 years is the max you can really go for like internet stuff. They've probably they've probably hit the roof on what they can make. So, even if it is downhill from here, I just stay off the internet and just enjoy the house that I've bought, and just the life that I've made from, rinsing autistic people, making fucking rubbish reviews on that guy with the glasses. I think they've done really well.
Oh, well, yeah, well, based on how their money management might have been going, they might not have any money at all. Well, I guess they would because they didn't pay any of the other fuck people that were on the channel.
Yeah, no, that's true. I heard something as well that, can you remember the Indiegogo campaign that Doug Walker did, where they were supposed to have raised like 80,000 or it was some astronomical figure to make game shows, to make like a quiz show.
Yeah.
But they crowdfunded all this money and they didn't really deliver on the content. And many saw that as them just like pocketing the money to pay off debts, to pay off business debts.
Yeah.
Which is just fraud. It's just straight up fraud. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. But I don't think, I mean, what production quality does Doug Walker have? He sits in a room. When they go on and make their movies, that's like low budget trash. They just go out and hold a camera, don't they? There's no, I don't know. I can't see money being spent.
No, not as much as they say they have, at least, or what in any area of quality, to say the least.
Have you been keeping up with the Mundane Matt stuff, Scrub?
Yeah, dude. This guy cannot. Oh, I'm not flagging videos. Okay. As soon as this video goes up about you, making fun of you because you want to comment. Oh, it gets flagged down again. Oh, under who did it? Imagine my shock, for fuck's sake, man.
But I mean, I do kind of understand where he's coming from, which is why I haven't made as much as a song and dance as I really should have done, probably. I mean, you've got to understand that Matt, before he was a YouTuber, he was like just completely unemployed. He was living off food stamps, and before he was that, he was working at a cinema. You know, he was 30 something and working at a cinema as like a ticket boy. You know, someone that would like clean up popcorn off the aisles. That was his job. That was all he could get after coming out of college and after doing that. And you've got to realize that what he reaches like 30 something, 35, however old he is now. I think he's like 38, but he reaches like 35. And finally Gamergate comes along and he's got the only success in his career, in his life. You know, he's finally got a career, if you want to call it that, you know, making videos. And let's not beat around it was going well for him. You know, he earned whatever audience he earned, you know, when he was a faceless, sort of, he sounded quite snarky. You know, he sounded like he was in school almost. He sounded like he was at college or university. He didn't sound, he was though like a 35-year-old fat thumb, you know, this sort of living animation of soy. And now, you know, he reveals his face, he gets doxxed, he gets swatted, he cries over his play button, and the damage control is just, it's non-existent. It's just spiraling out of control. Yet he's still clinging to this thing that he's got this career now. And so that's why he's DMCAing everything and trying to shut everything down. It's because the fire has risen. You know,
Yes.
I mean, do you really think that someone like him in his position, you know, let's say he's got 200,000 subscribers, do you think he should be watching every bit of criticism about him? I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't at all. I don't now. You know, would you, in that position, would you honestly be watching every bit of criticism about you and like flagging it and DMCAing it?
Interesting at all for me. It's like if people have criticism, it's their view. I'm not going to be a fucking pedantic asshole about it.
Yeah, or just don't even watch it. You know what I mean? It's yeah, you've got to keep your sanity. Especially, this is why I've never really understood why these like big YouTubers like Sargon, for example, that they do engage in these like petty dramas and stuff like that. I mean, Sargon will appear on stream, like he appeared on the bloody the Kumite, didn't he? And let's not beat around the bush. The Kumite is relatively small for what Sargon is. You know, Sargon's got like 700 and something thousand subscribers. You know, he doesn't really need to talk to, you know, streaming channels that pull in like 2,000 regular live viewers. I mean, that's not in his purview, but he will because it gets to him, and it's the ego, isn't it? It's like they want to control everything. I don't understand it.
I do why. It's like, well, you got to be part of the family. It's like, I don't want to be part of your family, bud. I'm not interested in anything that has to do with it.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. It's just part of me thinks that the whole YouTube bubble is dying. You know what I mean? It's been dying for a while, but I think for these sorts of people, it's dying. For your Mundane Matt, I mean, again, Mundane Matt, you've spent the past 2 years now backpedaling on your Gamergate stuff. I remember videos where he was calling women cunts. He was calling Anita Sarkeesian like a cunt and stuff. I remember those videos quite well. You know, when he was still behind that like skull avatar. I remember that quite well. And he spent the past 2 years backpedaling. You know, really putting out this milquetoast stuff, these real Tupperware opinions, and I don't think he's ever going to shake off Gamergate. That's the reason why. I mean, in his mind, that's the reason why he can't get verified on Twitter. It's because he thinks Twitter have still got the memory of Gamergate in their minds, which is probably true, you know. But he spent all of this time backpedaling, and he's lost any bit of credibility he had. And now he's, you know, now what is he? What's next for Mundane Matt? You know, he's losing subscribers every day. He's a complete joke in the community that he used to be a part of. I don't think he's got fans, and I don't think anyone watches him when he streams. I think he gets about as many viewers on his streams as this one, you know, which is shocking for someone with that audience that he's built over the few years. I think it's really awful for him, really.
I think that he adapts. That's all I have about this. He must not to isn't what people want anymore. Still gonna and stuff like that, but just don't make an ass out of yourself every time. You just reel it back. You know, don't tell your fans to go flag videos. Don't have like the secret bullshit. You start calling other people out. Just stop.
The thing is, though, and that's another thing. Like, he hasn't even got fans doing this. Like he's openly admitting to himself doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's not even lying and saying that his fans are doing this because he's got no fans, and he knows that would be even more of an unbelievable, prospect concept even than him just going out and flagging the videos. It does make me laugh that he's seen what I've done and manually flagged it. And he's got an email address which he gets at like 100,000 subs that gives him a direct line to YouTube, and they can remove what videos uh, he highlights to them on a whim. And that's what he does. That's what he did with
Yeah.
Cog, I think, and that's what he did with me, definitely. He denies me for some reason. He denies that he flagged me. I don't know why.
We won't
It's
deny
clearly,
Cog. Yeah.
clearly him. I don't know. I really don't know. But it's just the nature of the game. It's a
Yep.
die. This is a dying. You can't make a career out of what Mundane Matt is doing. You know, he may think he can make a career out of it, but you can't. You make the money now and bank it, but he doesn't seem to be banking it. He just seems to be. I don't know what he's doing with the money, but it's not. First of all, it doesn't seem to be a lot there, and I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't.